morning, everybody. My name is Blake Coburn, talking to you guys from Houston, Texas. I'm here today to show you how to attach your Racedaytramp trampolines and splash guard to your Hobie Adventure or Tandem Island. Okay, today what I've got is a 2016 Hobie Tandem Island, and we're going to attach these on to it. Now, in order to do the trampoline and the splash guard, you have to attach the trampolines first before attaching the splash guard, because the outside corners of the splash guard attach to the trampoline. Okay, so let's get started. First thing you need to know is make sure that this part is facing upwards and not downwards, because that's the part that attaches on to the splash guard, and that this back part where the rope is to the outside and it's coming from the bottom up. Okay, now in order to get this started, this part right here, this goes through the sleeve of this part. So we got to take this off real quickly. And run it from the outside in. And then put it back together. Make sure it snaps all the way in and reattach. Okay, push it out off of this, and now we can start working with the ropes. Now, what I want you to remember, my little mnemonic device for remembering this, so you don't have to always go back and look at the video, is remember over and under through the top. Okay, that's your mnemonic tool to remember how to do these. So you're gonna go over and under and through the top. If you come out through the bottom, then it runs across here. You want it to run through the bottom and under. So I'm gonna thread it through the top and pull out my slack. Now, go to the next one. Don't worry about taking up too much of your slack. You can come back and do that at the end. You can take out a little bit of it over and under or around. Through the top. Now, you'll keep on repeating this process all the way to the very end of the last eyelet. Okay, I've already threaded the next two. I've already gone over and under and through the top. I'm going to go around to the last one. Come out through the under part and over. Now, over the top and under. And through the top. Now, once you've done this and just kind of tighten up a little bit, you've got kind of a good little tightness here to hold it in place where you don't have to hold that anymore. So now what we're going to do is we're going to swing this to the outside and we're going to tighten these all up. This is how I do it. Now I want you to this point, and you got it pretty well tightened up. Now come over the top and just round it about 2 or 3 times around your aka. And then what I like to do from here, you just got to play around with it and make sure it's really tight. I like to come through the eyelet one more time just to give it a little bit more support to the trampoline, and then come over the top again. And at this point, do a bunch of half hitches. And at this point, what I do is I just wrap the little excess I got left, run it through the top, and let it hang to the bottom. And at that point, you've got yourself a good trampoline setup, locked into place. These are very sturdy. I have actually used these to take my family out. So if I want to put my wife and myself on the seats and my children onto the trampolines, works out perfectly. I've even sat on these and stood up on them just to show you what I'm talking about, how sturdy these things are. The material is extremely strong. I've stood up on these while out in the water. Okay, so they do hold up very well. I have sat down on these things while fishing offshore for red snapper, or even in the lakes when I go out fishing for other species. Okay, now that you've completed your Racedaytramp trampoline, now it's time to do the splash guard. For video purposes and saving time, I've already connected the carabiner onto the pad eye. Okay, now what you want to do is make sure that the inside has one strap going this way and that you have the cleated side going the other way. And you'll put this through just a little bit because we're going to adjust some things a little later. Okay, now come over here, run it under and over off the trampoline and just put a little bit on there. We'll tighten it up in just a second. Okay, now I'm going to come to the other side. And again, under and over. And you're done. Now you can work on tightening everything up. So we'll come in here, we'll put this over the top. We'll tighten this a little bit here. We'll tighten it here. And we'll tighten it on the other side. Once you're done, you've only got two other items left. On each side, you have one of these straps to help pull it a little bit to straighten it out. You take your top bungee off and pull this on and put your bungee back in place. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Take your bungee off, put your strap in place, put your bungee back on. Okay. Now we've completed the splash guard and you are ready to hit the water. Your trampolines and splash guard are completely set and safe to hit the water. I'm Blake Colburn from Houston, Texas. Tight lines.